What is going on, guys? Greetings of peace and blessings. Now I'm going to jump straight into the point. We see falsehood and corruption spreading, and we see many liars and deceitful people, one of them being Alex Jones. And we see one of the signs of the end of times. There will be years of deceit in which a truthful person will be disbelieved and a liar will be believed. And I'll read a few more signs. The time will be years of confusion. People will believe a liar and disbelieve one who tells truth. People will distrust one who's trustworthy and trust one who is treacherous. And finally, the day of judgment will not come until the very lowest people are the happiest. And we also see in the end times, people will be carrying out trade, but hardly will there be a trustworthy person. So again, we see this doofus Alex Jones. He sells all these products that are supposed to be good, but he's just a snake oil salesman. And he's one of those snake oil salesmen who sells you spilled snake oil or used snake oil. That's how low this guy is. And we see him spreading falsehood. And we see in chapter 4, verse 135 of the Quran, it says, I'm paraphrasing it, it's not exact, but to speak truth even against yourself or your parents, the poor or the rich, and etc. So again, you have to be honest. And we see this man lying constantly, and we see him promoting Islamophobia and pushing Zionism and right-wing bigotry and evangelicalism and all this other dirty political ideas this man spews. I'm gonna play you this clip, and before I play this clip, remember, Islam is perfect, Muslims are not. Now take a look at this clip.
Is a part of this big charade with George Soros, with this whole Rothschild banking system that has placed also Macron. Macron is a big player here in Europe of this new world order, and is a big player together with the Vatican.
Have you seen how crazed Macron is when he's around Trump, trying to crush his hand and bugging his eyes out?
This is a document that shows basically that Macron, when he used to be Minister of Economy in France, he was lecturing in regards to mondialization, the synonym of progress, in the headquarters of the Grand Orient of France. The Grand Orient of France represents the atheist Freemasons. The ones who gave birth to communism, to promoted communism, basically, because communism was created.
Yeah, they launched the Jacobin movement and the French Revolution.
Of course, after that, but the Grand Orient of France, after 1877, is the only obedience that accepts people who are also atheists in their lodges. So you see, it's not too good to generalize all Freemasons as the same. Unfortunately, most Freemasons today are part of this mondialization scheme. They are.
I understand. George Washington wrote about the modernization, kicking Christianity out, bringing Luciferianism, the occult. Those are in his letters. Anybody can read them online.
Well, the big problem is, of course, that there is a Christian root to Freemasonry. This year we celebrate 300 years. 2017 celebrates the 300 years of speculative Freemasonry, the moment in which the first Grand Lodge constituted in England. And we can say that actually the roots of Freemasonry were Christian. But after 1813, at that point, they decided to let the Muslims in. And gradually, of course, they let also everybody else in. But the Muslims took over Freemasonry. And that is one of the subjects that actually in my latest book.
Well, I know you should talk about how powerful the Muslims were, and I didn't believe it. But behind the scenes, they run the Federal Reserve, you name it, they're really coming after us. Leo Zagami, always intriguing. People can find your books on your website. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on, and God bless America on the 4th of July.
Thank you.
So you guys saw, as Brother Malcolm X used to say, you've been bamboozled. And again, Alex Jones is bamboozling the right-wingers who have this mentality of living in their echo chamber where they just regurgitate talking points which are just lies and fabrications. And you see the Federal Reserve, the last three people who were at the highest level was Alan Greenspan, Ben Bernanke, and Janet Yellen. Again, just because they're Jew doesn't mean I'm gonna say all Jews control the Federal Reserve, because that's just idiocracy. But you see Alex Jones claiming it's run by Muslims. How? Which head of the Federal Reserve was Muslim? And then we also see him at one point claiming Arabs run Hollywood. Again, you see the kind of lies this man pushes. And every president of the United States, which one was Muslim? Donald, and they'll claim Obama is, but he's not. Obama claims he's not. And again, you see him, they claim he's trying to bring Islamic law and stuff, but you see him passing gay marriage and bombing 7 majority Muslim countries. But at the same time, they claim he's a atheist and communist. So these right-wing talking points contradict one another with their false conspiracy theories and Looney Tune lies. But back to what we were saying, guys. Reflect upon this video and you guys see the liar that he is, man. Like, honestly, if you believe some of the stuff, if you believe what he says, I hate to tell you, but you're an idiot. It's as simple as that. Anyone who falls for this man's lie, you're a complete idiot and you're a useful tool to the politicians who Alex Jones supports. Before I end the video, I just thought of this, but why not read a Quran verse? Because we know Islam is against interest, usury, whatever you want to call it. Chapter 2, verse 275. Those who consume interest cannot stand on the day of resurrection, except as one stands who is being beaten by Satan into insanity. That is because they say trade is just like interest. But Allah has permitted trade and has forbidden interest. So whoever has received an admonition from his Lord and desist may have what is past, and is a fair rest with Allah. But whoever returns to dealing in interest or usury, those are the companions of the fire. They will abide eternally therein. So again, we see Islam is against usury and interest. And also, I guess I'll play it in I'll let you guys listen to the recitation of chapter 2 verse 275, and then I'll say something afterwards too.
الذين يأكلون الربا لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم الذي يتخبطه الشيطان من المس ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم الربا فمن جاءه موعظة من ربه فانتهى فله ما سلف وأمره إلى الله ومن عاد فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون.
And again, you see Alex Jones's talking points and right wing and weird Christian conspiracy talking points fall apart. At one time they say Muslims are bringing Islamic law, but at the same time you see they run the Federal Reserve and they use interest when Islamic law doesn't allow that. So again, they contradict themselves just like their Bible. Again, guys, reflect upon this, and like I said earlier, if you believe his lies or when he says something, go check it up, go do some research, because at the end of the day, you know and I know he's lying, and he himself knows he's lying, but he just does it for worldly gains. Peace.